Let's go. Donald Trump and the Epstein files. Is Donald Trump guilty? Probably. Is it going to stick? Probably not. This is classic oligarchy. So whenever you look around the world and you see oligarchs, like in Russia, for example, right? You know, this is just very typical oligarchy. It's just American style. And one of the things that oligarchs like to do, right, in relation to their business partners like Epstein and Trump, is you have to have dirt on someone. That's how they do business. Like, Epstein has all of this video footage and all of this dirt and all stuff like that in relation to pedophilia and trafficking teenage girls and women too, I think, you know, and rape. And he has this, like, he had this blackmail list that basically just made him more and more powerful until he got into jail. And then he had nowhere to go. And, like, did he kill himself? Or I doubt it. I highly doubt it. If I was placing a bet, I highly doubt it. Right? Because this is how oligarchs roll. And so there's all these examples of Donald Trump in the past being this really greasy pedophile towards these girls, right? This goes far beyond anything normal, you know? And it's just like, for example, him and his daughter. There's these clips of him with his daughter and saying, like, isn't she beautiful? The thing we have in common is sex. And, you know, if I wasn't her father, I would be her boyfriend. It's his daughter. Like, this guy's, and it's like, when oligarchs do this sort of thing, or pedophiles do this sort of thing, they need to brag about it. They absolutely need to brag about it. It's such an integral part of what they did. It's not some dirty secret they're trying to hide. They need to brag about it. And I was watching this clip of Donald Trump recently in a little government setting around a table. I don't know, the American government, but, and someone brings up an Epstein situation, and he's like, gets angry because we're still talking about this, and then he has this smile on his face, right? I think he has this so taken care of so long ago. You know, his portion of it doesn't exist, but he's got bragging rights. And I think that's what he's doing. He's just simply bragging about it, right? And not to mention too, when he does something like this, you know, like, what does this smile mean? I think the smile means it's like, I can ride this out forever. I can utilize this forever, right? This is such a distraction. It gives me the ability to go behind you and do whatever I want, right? And that's how he does it. It's the Mike Tyson style of politics, right? When you're looking out for the right, you know, you get an uppercut with the left. It's like psych. And you know, like, there's such a distraction. Like, he'll say, oh, we're going to do something about transgender women, you know, in relation to sports, and we're going to make it illegal and stuff like that. Can't do any of this. Courts are telling me you can't really do any of this, right? But they're doing it anyway. Why? It's a massive distraction from what he's really doing. And if you look at what he's done to government, right, in the last half a year, right, it is just insane. It's completely outrageous. He's completely destroying the American system of government. Completely destroying it. And this now just gives them the opportunity as a distraction to just go at it and do absolute mayhem, right? And is Elon Musk involved in it? I think so. But I think he's more like sitting behind the scenes now, and then like, you know, the bromance is all done, right? So now they're fighting, right? And there's this idea that Elon Musk is going to create his own party, right? And now he's accusing him of the Epstein files and stuff like this. And I think that it's all calculated. I don't think these two have broken up. This is all calculated. This is an absolute deliberate distraction. This gives him the ability to do whatever he wants while everybody else is focused on it. And he probably did, you know. There's one incident of him talking about a 14-year-old girl, and he apparently tied this girl up, raped her, backhanded her, and told her, if you tell anyone, I will kill you and your family. And then talked about how he's doing this to a 12-year-old. You know, there's incidents with his daughter, there's incidences of him talking about other 14-year-old girls. You know, he owned a beauty pageant, and the beauty pageant, he owned different beauty pageants or something, and would go and inspect these, you know, 14-year-old, 20-year-old girls who are in the process of changing and stuff like that, and seeing them naked and talking about owning them like as if they're his commune or something, you know. And just like the list is really kind of endless. Not to mention he gave Epstein like $1.1 billion or $1 million in small payments and stuff like that. Epstein introduced him to these different teenage girls. This is... It's really just... It's just oligarchy. It's just the ongoing of oligarchy. It's diabolical. That's oligarchy. I started talking about this like 3 years ago on this channel. I was saying fascism is back in fashion, you know, and I can tell because it's coming out of Florida with the DeSantis camp, right? That was just a primer. That was just a primer. That was the tip of the iceberg. You know, and now it's literal fascism. It's literal oligarchy and literal fascism. There's some connection to Paris Hilton too. Paris Hilton put out a video I had a while ago. Not the sex tape, although Donald Trump talks about having watched the sex tape. I don't know. I don't know that that's so outrageous, but there's something to do with her being a model and Donald Trump on this Paris Hilton video that she did. And who knows what the deal is? Who knows what the deal is? Maybe he groomed her from a long, long time ago. But like bragging about it, bragging about being a pedophile is such a narcissistic exemplification of narcissism. I don't... Will he like... I think he's going to pull through this completely unscathed. Completely unscathed. And this is going to allow him to do so much to the American government and to the populace in general, right? And I even wonder sometimes with the Wall Street Journal. He's suing the Wall Street Journal. When everybody speaks out against him, he sues them, right? And so he's the Wall Street Journal, which is owned by Jeff Bezos, is you know, was that a collaboration? Was it a collaboration, or was it like even this very right-wing faction is divorcing itself out of Trump? Why does our government do business with that government? I don't get it anymore. I don't get it anymore. Why does any self-respecting form of government do business with this government anymore? Imagine, I am so glad I'm not one of those politicians who is smoozing Donald Trump and giving him money, because that would just be horrible, absolutely horrible for your reputation. All these how do all these people who've been supporting Donald Trump all these years, you know, or even recently, all these right-wing people, you know, who are largely fascists, you know, how does it reflect upon them? Very poorly. Very poorly. If I was a self-respecting politician, I would not be seeing with this out-and-out pedophile. Not just a racist, not just a fascist, not just an oligarch, also a pedophile now. Not just a rapist, also a pedophile now. And apparently this 14-year-old girl who spoke out is missing. It was sometime afterwards. Are we going to find out that there's a Donald Trump snuff tape? I wonder. But I think he's going to pull through it completely unscathed. I think it's such a done deal. He's just going to sit back and laugh about it.